Hello, today we're talking about critical incident reporting in healthcare, protecting patients, protecting staff, and improving systems. Why it matters. So, it matters for patient safety, staff safety, legal protection, quality improvement, and accountability and trust. Critical incident reporting matters because it protects everyone involved in the care. Reporting helps to prevent the patient harm. It protects the staff legally and professionally, and it improves the system. When incidents are reported, patterns can be identified before serious harm occurs. This is all about safety, not blame. Some of the objectives of the training for today. You should be able to define a critical incident report. So the objectives. Today's goal is to make sure everyone understands what a critical incident is, what needs to be reported, and how to report it correctly. We'll also discuss common fears and walk through real-life scenarios you may encounter on a daily basis. What is a critical incident? A critical incident doesn't always mean like someone was hurt. If something could have caused harm, it still counts. Those near misses are especially important because they show weaknesses in the systems before someone gets hurt. So it's something that you may have almost done, still needs to be reported. An unexpected event that causes harm or could cause harm to patients, staff, visitors, faculty, which includes again the actual events and those near misses events, like those almost. Some examples of critical incidents: medication errors, patient falls, equipment or device malfunction, needle sticks or body fluid exposure, patient injury or unexpected death, elopement or wandering, abuse, neglect, or unsafe behavior. These are common examples seen across healthcare settings. Many incidents happen during routine care. If you ever question whether something is reportable, it's just safer to report it. Near misses matters. Those almost does count. You know, the song almost doesn't count. They do here. Near misses include almost cause harm, reveal system gaps, prevent future incidents. If it almost happened, report it. Near misses are learning opportunities. These are just learning opportunities. Reporting them helps leadership fix problems in the workflows, staffing, communication, or equipment before harm does occur. Next, we're moving on to what the data shows. So 80 to 90% of medical errors go unreported. Medication errors affect 1.5 million patients annually. Falls are leading cause of injury in older patients. Strong reporting cultures reduce the patient harm. Most errors never get reported, which means the facilities miss those chances to improve. Those organizations with strong reporting streaks consistently show better patient outcomes and fewer serious events. Again, we're going to talk a little bit more about why these incident report matters. Incident reporting allows leadership to see the big picture. So one report may seem small, but multiple reports can reveal serious safety risks that can prevent those facilities from getting these big fines or potentially shut down. Reporting helps to improve the patient outcomes, identify trends and risks, improve policies and procedures, meet regulatory requirements, and also protect the staff and facilities. These incident reporting allows the leadership to see the big picture. One report may seem small, but multiple reports can reveal serious safety risks for those facilities and the patients. What incident reporting is not? So incident reporting is not punishment. It is not you pointing the finger to blame something or anyone. It is not gossip, and it's not medical record documentation. What incident report is, it's confidential. It's your professional responsibility and the facilities, and it is safety. It is a safety tool. Many people hesitate to report because they fear getting in trouble. But incident reporting focuses on systems, not individuals. And usually it's kept separate from the medical records. When should you report? So you should report when harm occurs, a near miss occurs, safety is compromised. And when should you report it? As soon as possible. Never assume someone else reported it. Delaying reports can lead to inaccurate details and missed follow-ups. Even if you think someone else reported it, you should still submit your own report. I never go by what somebody else says. When I do my documentation, I will put in quotation marks what they said, but I have to do what I saw, what I heard. So don't just go on what somebody else tells you. Don't go on what if somebody else tells you that they've done something or they reported something. Just see for yourself and do your own report. How to complete an incident report. So stick to the facts only. Date, time, location, objective, description of the event, what happened, who was involved, immediate actions taken, and notifications that were made. Try to avoid opinions, avoid placing blame on something or someone, and avoid using emotional language. Again, stick to the facts only. Avoid assigning blame or using emotional language. I repeated that because this is a test question. Incident reports should be clear, they should be accurate and objective. Common barriers to reporting: fear of discipline or blame, time constraints, nothing happened mindset. Like, if I report it, this is not going to get done or nothing's going to happen. Lack of education, a strong mind, having strong willpower, a strong safety culture, that all removes those types of fear. These barriers are common, but leadership plays a key role in creating an environment where staff feel safe reporting incidents without fear of retaliation. And this is just an example of those common barriers that needs to be broken down so that we can help improve patient safety. So some of those barriers are time. I'm very busy and it takes too long to report events. How we can improve that: on average, it takes about 5 minutes to input any event in the form. Now, for this particular company, it takes about 5 minutes. Now, for healthcare, it may be a little bit more time than that, like maybe 10 minutes or so. Could be less, depending on the event. Another barrier would be the event. What types of safety events am I expected to report? No harm. What is the rationale to reporting the event if no patient harm was involved? These are some of the things that people really do think about. Fear. They're hesitant to report due to fear of disciplinary actions, potential lawsuits, or guilt of exposing mistakes of others. Another one would be fix and forget mentality. Sometimes it is easier for me to fix the error than to report it. And I don't mean me personal. I'm just reading what's on the screen. Lack of understanding. Why is event reporting important to my organization? Who sees my reports, and why is the information used, or how is the information used? These are the things that people are thinking. Now, if you have a good relationship with your coworkers, with your boss, or even, you don't have to have the best relationship, but if you respect them and you love your job, having that, you won't even have that fix it or forget it mentality. That wouldn't even be an option, because you value your job, you value your patient, and you value your employer as an employer. These are just some of those barriers I just wanted to put in here, just to kind of give you a visual for those visual learners. And here is an example of an incident report form. Now, each facility, like I said, is different. And then this is just a mock form that I kind of created and had the computer generated. You have the incident report number, the date of the event, the time, the location, the type. Was the patient fall? The persons involved, Mr. JD, 78-year-old male. The staff that witnessed would be you, whoever's on duty. You would put your initials. Description: at approximately 10:35 a.m., patient was found seated on the bathroom floor next to the toilet. Call light was not activated. Patient stated, "I tried to stand up on my own. No loss of consciousness noted. Patient denied dizziness or pain at the time of assessment." Injuries observed, no visible injuries noted, which is telling that you actually assessed the patient if no injuries were found. Immediate actions taken: assisted the patient back to the bed with 2 staff members. Vital signs obtained. Full fall assessment completed, and the patient is being monitored. Now, notifications made. Charge nurse notified at 10:40 a.m. Provider notified at 10:50 a.m. Family notified at 11:05 a.m. Follow-up actions: fall precautions reinforced, bed alarm activated, patient education provided, care plan updated. And then the report was created by, which would be whoever's creating the report. Date, time, and that's pretty much it. You just follow the form, but this is just an example. Every facility is different, but has the same information and serves the same purpose. I just wanted to throw that in there just to give you an idea. So now we're on to the review. So let's get to our review now. So we're going to test our knowledge to see if you have been paying attention. So the first scenario that we have, which is a medication almost, or a near miss. So you have insulin prepared for patient A, but you have the MAR that belongs to patient B. The MAR is just the medication record for another patient. So you have insulin prepared for patient B, but you have the MAR that belongs to patient B. So the question to ask: is this reportable? Why or why not? And yes, it is reportable. This is one of those almost. This is a near miss. Even though no medication was given, this incident must be reported to prevent future errors and identify workflow issues. Now, some facilities, some people don't. So let me reword this. It should be reported, because now what happens is you drew up this insulin for patient A. Now you have to go backtrack. You have to go and pull up the MAR for patient A, which wastes time. Now you got to go back, and then they're wondering why it's taking so long. Well, because you almost made an error. And this is one of those critical medications that if you give the wrong amount, or this to the wrong patient, it could be potentially fatal. So you definitely want to make sure that you are really paying attention. You're not in a rush, and you're reporting these incidents. Scenario 2, fall with no injury. So you have a patient found on the floor, no visible injuries. Should this be reported? What actions should follow? Again, you have a patient that you found on the floor. And I don't usually like to use that word found. You noticed a patient on the floor. The patient has no visible injuries. Should this be reported, and what action should follow? Yes, this must be reported. The patient should be assessed because you happened upon them on the floor. You found them on the floor. You witnessed them just being on the floor. So you don't know if they just got down there, they laid down, they fell. You don't know what happened. So you must do your assessment. The provider must be notified, and the incident must be documented, and all fall precautions must be reinforced. Scenario 3. Staff experiences a needle stick and is hesitant to report it. Is this reporting required? Why is reporting critical? Yes, absolutely. 100%. All staff exposures must be reported. All staff exposures must be reported. Reporting ensures proper medical follow-up, and it protects the employee and the facility. Well, y'all did a great job. If you answered those correctly. If not, make sure you brush up on your skills a little bit. You may have to stop, rewind the video to go over some more, go over the slides a little bit more. But our key takeaways: if it feels unsafe, report it. Near misses save lives. Reporting protects everyone, and safety is everyone's responsibility. So those incident reporting is all about prevention, learning, and safety. It is not about punishment. Every report helps make healthcare safer for the patients and for the staff. This has been a great training. Thank you. And until next time, have a wonderful evening.